Hey everybody, it's Glenn with RocketCityHomes.com. Hope you are doing well. Well, we have some October stats to take a look at, but before we do that, let's lead off and look at Mortgage News Daily. We can see today that the 30-year fixed is sitting at 7.49, the 15-year fixed is at 6.87, 30-year jumbo 7.84, and the 5/1 ARM is at 7.20, and then the 30-year FHA 6.85, and the 30-year VA is at 6.86. Just late last week, we had interest rates almost at 8%. They came back down to about 7.42. Now they're back up to 7.49. So we are still seeing pretty volatile increases and decreases in the interest rates. However, I do think this will start to mellow out. The Fed is holding interest rates where they are for now. We've seen the jobs report for October was one of the worst in the last couple of years, and unemployment has ticked up just a bit. Those are unfortunate things, but those also play a direct contribution to what interest rates are going to do. And so the economy may be slowing down just a little bit. That's what we think today. So I caveat that saying that who knows what tomorrow brings. But right now, I do think we'll see interest starting to decrease, certainly in the first quarter of next year. And I don't think they're going to be super drops. But I think if we can get to 6.5 somewhere, that's a significant difference than where we are now. And I'm certainly would be better than 8%. So looking over at our market stats, we always look at Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur. Huntsville is just the biggest city here, and then the Madison's the second biggest, and then obviously Athens and Decatur. First thing we're going to look at is the average sales price. Average sales price, $377 to $97. That's a 7% increase compared to last year. Madison, $430, $809. That's almost a 7% increase. Athens, you're at $394 to $39. Almost a 2% increase. And then Decatur, you are at $266, $672, which is a decrease of 7%. Overall, trending a little higher minus their Decatur. New listings. So new listings for October, Huntsville, you had 307 more listings. That's down actually compared to last year. Madison, 174, slight increase of 3%. Athens, not even 1% at 122, and then Decatur, 76, which is an 18.8% compared to this time last year. However, the total number of homes for sale has gone up significantly in most of our markets. Huntsville, you have a total of 680 homes. That's that's a 24.5% increase. Madison, 412, 13.8% increase. Athens, 372, slight increase, 4.2, but it's still an increase. And then 184 in Decatur, a 35.3% increase. So not significant in all markets, but we are definitely seeing a strong in 3 of those markets. So when we have more homes for sale, and then we start taking a look at the days on market, here we can see, and I think these numbers are actually finally getting to be accurate. For so long, I thought they were delayed and behind. Now I feel like they're getting to where they should be. Huntsville, you're sitting at 30 days. Madison, 31 days. Athens, 30 days. And then Decatur, 26. So, that's a 76% increase over in Huntsville, 130% increase compared to a year ago in Madison, 87% increase over in Athens, and then just a slight decrease, 7.1. It's actually a decent decrease, 7.1 over in Decatur. So you can definitely tell that the days on market are definitely increasing compared to where they were a year ago. You have more homes on the market. You have their houses are staying on the market for longer. So when we start to look at our month supply, we're probably going to see an increase. And so what we say when we're talking about our supply is if not one more house came on the market, how long would it take? How many months would it take to sell these properties? They're pretty much all at 3 months, except for Athens, you're at 4 months. So 3 months Huntsville, 3 months in Madison, 4 months in Athens, and 3 months in Decatur. That's a 50% increase in Huntsville, a 30% increase in Madison, 14% increase in Athens, and then an 82% increase in Decatur. Homes are staying on the market longer. I would tell you that 3 is still a seller's market. 4 is kind of the bottom end of a balanced market. And we're starting to definitely see signs of that. And I said this, I think, in the last video too. Sellers are starting to be willing to do more repairs. They're willing to provide a home warranty. They're willing to make some concessions to help with closing costs or with a rate buy down. So it's not you take it or you leave it. Buyers are actually having a little bit more input, and most sellers are accommodating that. They know that this market isn't what it was 18 months ago. Still really good for sellers right now, but they are starting to see some of those changes. Percent of list price. So year ago, this was like 101, 102, 103%. So list price, and they would get more than the list price. Now we're starting to see it's still high. I mean, it's still really good. Huntsville, you're at 98%. Madison, 99%. Athens, 98%. And then Decatur, 97%. So agents and sellers, when they're discussing, they're coming up with right pricing. They're definitely coming up with right pricing. 30 days is still not a long time for a home to be on the market, and they're still getting close to their full price offer. They're just making a little bit more concessions. So this number can be a little bit skewed when you actually take to how much did they net on that. Price per square foot. So price per square foot has gone up everywhere except for over in Athens. But in Huntsville, we have a 9%, almost a 10% increase at 172. Slight increase in Madison, 3.5 at 176. Madison was really going quickly in the last 18 months. So I'm okay with this more 5%, something like that. That's good. Athens, 165. That's a little bit of a decrease. And then Decatur, you have a 6.3% increase at 136. So the market is starting to change, getting more into that balance. So that's kind of helping everybody. The one thing I'll just close this on is that home prices are still increasing. So home prices are still increasing. And in some areas, we're seeing that that's a 10%, maybe 11%, 8%. They're increasing. And so for those who are saying, hey, I'm just going to wait for interest rates to come down, the challenge with that you may find is that, yes, if you wait for interest rates to come down to more of a rate that you're willing to pay, you may find that that house that was 400 may be now 440. So there is the option to consider for sure is, hey, maybe I buy the house that I want now. Yes, it's at a higher interest rate, but I know it's a fixed rate. And if interest rates go down, I can refinance it, because we generally say if the interest rate drops by 1%, then it's worth to do a refinance. Additionally, if you buy it at the 400, we're still seeing you are going to increase your asset value. So there's definitely things to consider. Don't just think of interest rates are too high, so I'm not going to buy. Well, that's it for the month of October. If you have any questions, if we can help you out in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out. Jodi and I would be happy to help. With that, hope you have a great day and an awesome week, and we'll talk to you soon.